Oh, good afternoon, everybody. It's just a short video on anti-snap locks. There's actually quite a bit of misunderstanding about what an anti-snap lock is, which ones you should get, and what to look out for. So basically, since lock snapping began, which is a method of quickly gaining entry to some Euro cylinders, essentially what they do is they break an handle and then they snap the lock on UPVC and composite doors, which then allows them to gain access to your property. So it's a very quick method. I won't go into too much detail. There's plenty of videos on YouTube how that happens. So what can you do to prevent it? Well, basically what you should be looking for in simple terms is to put 3 stars on your door. So basically a star system is you can buy 1-star and 3-star locks, and you can also buy 2-star handles. There is no 2-star locks. So let's start off with protecting the door with handles. Okay, when you look at this particular handle, you can see that it's fairly heavy duty. So 2-star handles actually help prevent the handle from being snapped off the door, which then allows access to the Euro cylinder. So if you do nothing else, then we suggest that you put 2-star handles on your door. Now the next thing is, let's explain what anti-snap locks are. So this particular lock is actually an Apex. It's what I would call a standard security lock. However, it does offer some protection against a snapping attack. So the key aspects to look at in the lock is this bit here. So when a lock's snapped, it actually snaps here. So it snaps in half and people can gain access through the door. On this particular lock, even though it's what we call standard security, when you look underneath, and bear in mind that we're not talking about drilling attacks or picking, we're simply talking about preventing a lock snapping attack. When you look underneath here, there's actually no guard towards a snapping attack. So in other words, there's no defence around this area. However, when this is fitted, if somebody was to try and snap the lock, the first part it would go is here. This bit actually is called a sacrificial edge and is usually about 10mm in length. So the first thing that would go with this would be this. So it would guard a little bit, but we can't call this an anti-snap lock, because the only anti-snap locks that's specifically designed to prevent a snapping attack are 3-star cylinders, and the easiest way to find one of them is by looking on the front. So if you looked on this one, this is actually an Apex. It's a good quality standard Euro cylinder that will offer a little bit of protection because it's got this snap resistant part to it. Then if you look at this one, this is actually a Yale, and if you can see on there, it's got a British standard kite mark, but it's also got 1 star. So this is a 1-star cylinder. Now remember that 1-star cylinders, only 3-star cylinders are actually specifically designed to withstand a snapping attack. So although this has got a little bit of protection around the cam area, it's also got sacrificial edges on both sides. It is not designed to withstand a snapping attack, and therefore we won't say we cannot say that this is an anti-snap lock, because anti-snap locks that's specifically designed are 3-star cylinders. So when you look at this one, again, this is another Apex lock, and get the key out of the way. Remember, on these locks sometimes there's an external internal end. The external end is where the protection normally is. So on this particular lock, which is the Apex, and it's a 3-star diamond grade cylinder, which is the highest security standard in the UK at the moment. If you look underneath here, in and around the cam area, it's very well protected. There is no sacrificial edges on this, and the reason for that is if somebody did go to snap the lock and it snapped here, then there's actually something inside that locks up the cam, which means that even though that bit snapped off and they got access to here, they still can't open the lock up. And then another version, which is another 3-star diamond grade cylinder. This one's actually a thumb turn, is the Bryson's Ultion. Again, by looking at it, you can see it's got the British Standard kite mark on there, and it's got 3 stars on it. So this is specifically designed, like this one, to withstand a snapping attack. On the Ultion, you can see again the protection around the cam. It's also got a sacrificial edge on the at the end. Again, if somebody snaps this one and it goes down as far as here, there is a specific method inside the lock which locks up the cam. I hope this gives a little bit of a better explanation on anti-snap locks. Thank you.